All right. Good morning. Welcome to day 6 of our 10-day spring challenge. Go ahead and come into a comfortable seat. You might be sitting cross legged like I am. You might be sitting on your heels or sitting in another way. Just come into a seat that you feel comfortable in. And then right away, just kind of rock a little forward and back and then side to side to kind of feel what feels like the center of your seat. So sometimes we kind of unconsciously lean in one direction or another, but just let yourself come into what feels like the center of the space that you occupy. And then take a few deep breaths in and out through the nose. And begin to relax the muscles of your face and your jaw. And sense into your cheeks, your forehead, your scalp. And then allow the sensing of your body to kind of expand beyond your head as you start to sense, how does the torso feel today? How do your arms and legs feel today? Is there any particular sensation present? And then honoring whatever is going on with your body today, meaning if we're doing something that doesn't feel right for your body, you're always allowed to skip it. You can also just do something else that feels good for your body. If you have specific questions about how to make certain postures more accessible or more comfortable in your body, feel free to leave those as a comment and I'll address it at the end. And again, as you're checking in with your body, keep in mind as well that the practice can look a little different from day to day. So if one day you feel really tired, maybe you take it easy. If another day you feel really energetic, maybe you use that energy to explore the postures a little bit more deeply, whatever that might mean for you. All right, so we'll take our palms together in front of the heart. And then interlace the fingers, press the palms forward and up. And just begin to reach up through one palm and then up through the other side. Left and right a few times, gently tugging on the fingers as you lengthen each side of the body. All right, and then take the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers there. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, open up across your chest. Start to turn your head from side to side. And then lift the chin up. And drop it down. Again, lifting up. And dropping down. All right, so as you bring your head back up to center, take the arms out to the sides and then bring them forward. So you'll take your right arm underneath. And then if your arms are able to twist together in this way, you've kind of crossed slightly above the elbows so that they can bend and twist around each other. If your arms do that, go ahead and do that. If your arms don't do that, just take your elbows together and your palms together, or as close as they're able to go together. We're creating this sort of triangle between the elbows and shoulders in order to stretch that space between the shoulder blades. All right, now with this, take your right leg out to the side. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale and begin to round your back as you fold forward. Now you can stop at whatever point you have plenty of sensation, either in the back of the straight leg or in your back or both. If you're kind of close enough to the floor that your forearms could rest on a block, if you had one close by, feel free to use a block or two. In this way, so that if the forearms have something to rest on, you have a little bit more of an ability to melt into the shape, to let go of effort, to let go of striving. And then just focus on sending your inhalation into the space between your shoulder blades. Take 3 more breaths. All right, so after your third breath, go ahead and gradually come on up. Unravel the arms, take them behind the back again, taking your opposite thumb on top. So, a couple of days ago, we discussed how we have a habitual way that we cross our thumbs. The mind just creates habits to decrease caloric effort. So, typically, it's going to feel more natural to have one thumb on top, but take the opposite thumb on top. As you squeeze your shoulder blades together once again, we'll take the knuckles now over towards the right side of the waist. All right, go ahead and let the head drop over to the right as you sense into the left side of your neck. Relax the face, the jaw. Take the head a little bit forward and a little bit back. Just small movements here, a little bit forward and a little bit back. All right, guide your head up to center. Scoot your knuckles over to the left side. Let the head drop over to the left, sensing into the right side of the neck. Again, head goes a little bit forward and back. Again, a little bit forward and back. All right, and then guide the head up to center. Release the hands. We'll switch the legs. So now take your left leg out to the side. Bring that right leg in. We'll bring the arms out to the sides and then forward. This time it's left arm underneath, either twisting the arms together, or if your arms don't do that, then elbows together and hands together. Creating this opening or a sense of spaciousness in between your shoulder blades. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, just begin to fold and round forward. Again, if it was beneficial for you to have a block or two underneath your forearms, if they don't come all the way to the floor, feel free to do that again. So that as you have this surface to land on, you can kind of melt a little bit more into the shape. And then we'll take 3 breaths. All right, and after your third breath, gradually come on up. Unravel the arms, set the blocks off to the side. And now we'll shift onto hands and knees. As we come to hands and knees, we'll take the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips, and then as you inhale, drop the belly, lifting your head and your tailbone. And then as you exhale, tuck the tail, round the back, draw the chin in toward the chest. Again, with your inhale, belly drops, head and tail lift up. Exhale as you tuck and round. All right, one more time like that, breathing in. And breathing out. All right, sit your hips back towards your feet as we come briefly into child's pose. As your hips are moving back towards your feet, if you want some support underneath the fronts of your ankles, like a rolled up blanket, feel free to put support under there. We'll take 3 breaths. All right, after your 3rd breath, gradually come back to hands and knees. And then we'll tuck our toes under, lift the knees, send the hips up into the air for downward facing dog. Take a moment to bend your knees deeply here so that the belly and the thighs come a little closer together. And then drop one heel toward the floor as the opposite knee bends. And then just switch back and forth a few times. All right, then release down to your knees. We'll step the left hand or the left foot to the left hand, lifting up into a short lunge. Front knee is over the ankle, back hip is over the knee. And then we'll take the palms together here, interlace the fingers, press the palms forward and up. All right, take a deep breath in, lengthening tall. And then as you exhale, just begin to slowly side bend to your left. So lengthening that right side of the body. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, come up. Exhale over to the left. And then one more, breathing in. And breathing out. All right, as you come up to center, release your hands down to the floor. Step your left foot forward so your feet are about hip distance apart. Bend your knees, drop your hips, lift your torso, and float your arms forward. Pausing here in chair pose as we move the hips back. If it's all right for your shoulders, take your arms up alongside your head. If it's not, keep them down. All right, one more breath in. And then exhale, fold forward, hands to the earth, step back to downward dog. All right, this time release down to your knees, and it'll be right foot stepping forward to the right hand. Lift the torso up, front knee over ankle, back hip over knee. Again, palms come together in front of the heart, interlace the fingers, press the palms forward and up. Deep breath in. Exhale over to the right. Again, inhale, come up. Exhale to the right. And one more time, inhale, come up. And exhale over to the right. All right, as you inhale and come up, we'll exhale, hands to the floor. Again, step forward into your forward fold. But then once you get there, bend your knees, drop your hips, lift your torso, float your arms forward, again landing in chair pose. Arms forward or up. One more inhale. Now as you exhale, rise to stand, press into your feet, release your arms. All right, so we'll do a standing breathing practice. So take your feet about hip distance apart or a little bit wider perhaps. This is Breath of Joy. We've done this one for a few of the days. So 3 inhales, 1 exhale. So when you're inhaling, you're breathing in through your nose. 3 inhales like that. And then 1 exhale through the mouth. Okay? So as you take your arms, or as you inhale, you're taking your arms forward on the first inhale, out on the second inhale, up on the third inhale. Then as you exhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms back, breathing out the mouth. All right? So one round looks like this. All right, so we'll do this about 15 or so times. I generally don't count. I just stop about when I think I'm in the teens of times. All right, so land in your feet, get buoyant in your knees. And let's begin. Last one. And now just pause with your forearms resting on your thighs. Take a few easy breaths. All right, and then gradually come on up to stand. Step near the back of your mat. Feet about hip distance apart. Take a breath in, come into chair pose. Pause and breathe. Notice where the weight is in your feet. You want to shift your weight back towards your heels. Get a little light with your toes. Take another breath in. Now as you exhale, fold over your legs, walk out to one more down dog. And then from here, release down to your knees and come all the way down onto your back. All right, so as you come onto your back, hug your knees into your chest. Give them a gentle squeeze. Rock a little bit from side to side. All right, let your left leg straighten along the mat. Still hugging that right knee in. Let it move a bit from side to side. Rotate a bit through your ankle. Wiggle and move the toes. All right, and then we'll take this right knee over toward the floor on the left side. So you're kind of rolling such that you are laying on your left hip and your right hip is kind of stacked right on top of it. And then just take your right arm back over to the right. Now, if either your right knee or your right arm would like some support underneath, like if they're kind of far away from the floor, feel free to put a block or something soft underneath your right knee or your right arm or both. And then see which way your head wants to turn. Maybe it's left, maybe it's right, maybe somewhere in the middle. And then once again, let the facial muscles relax and soften. Feel the breath flowing in through the nose, down toward the belly, and back up and out through the nose. All right, after you feel your next breath release, roll back onto your back. Let that same bent right knee stay bent for the moment as it now drops out to the right side. So kind of like you're doing a tree pose like we did, I believe, yesterday or the day before, but laying on your back. So your right knee is still bent, flopped out to the side. All right, and then let your left knee bend, walk the left foot in, and then cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Guide the legs in toward the chest, reach through for your left leg. Rock a little side to side. And then we'll take the hands behind the left knee so that the left leg can straighten up. And then as you start to straighten your left leg, engage the front of the leg by pulling the left toes down. So you feel this shin here engage as your left toes are pulling down. And you start to create this stretch in the back of the left leg, or on the back of the left leg. And then do the opposite sort of by pointing your left toes up, and you give a stretch to the front side of your left shin and foot. All right, again, reach the heel up, pull the toes down. And once more, point the toes. All right, so as that left foot and ankle relax, straighten the right leg up to join it, but have your right ankle crossed over your left ankle. And then interlace your fingers. Take your hands behind your head and elbows resting on the floor. Inhale as you start to lower your legs toward the floor. Try to keep them straight if you can, but just stop wherever you need to stop in terms of challenge. And then when you're ready to exhale, pull your legs back up to where you started. Do 2 more of those. Inhale, slowly lower. Really as slow as you can go as you're breathing in. Exhale as you lift up. All right, 1 more. All right, uncross the legs, step the feet to the floor. Start to sway your knees from side to side. All right, release your hands from behind your head. Straighten out the right leg. This time, left knee into the chest. Give it a squeeze. Move it a bit side to side. Rotate through your left ankle. Wiggle and move the toes. All right, take the left knee across to the floor on the right side so that you roll fully onto your right hip, and your hips are basically starting from a stacked position. And then take your left arm back over to the left. And again, if your left arm or your left knee don't rest on the floor and you'd like to have a surface for them to rest on, because that can be more relaxing to really drop into all of the surfaces that we touch. Perhaps put a block underneath your knee or your arm or both. Could also be a blanket or a pillow, whatever you have nearby. And again, see which way your head wants to turn, left or right or somewhere in between. Relaxing the facial muscles, relaxing the jaw. All right, as you release your next breath, slowly roll back onto your back. Keep that left knee bent and let it kind of drop out to the side, similar to a tree pose if you were in class a day or two ago when we did tree pose. You might recall this shape. But left knee dropping out to the side, still bent. All right, and then from here, go ahead and bend your right knee, walk your foot in, cross your left ankle over your right thigh, take your legs into your chest, reaching through for the right leg, rock a little bit side to side. And then take your hands behind your right knee so you can straighten your right leg up. Start to reach up through your heel and actively pull your toes down so you feel your shin engage to help stretch the back of your right leg. All right, point the toes up, lengthening the front of the foot, ankle, and shin. Again, reach your heel up, pull your toes down. And once more, point up. All right, as you relax that right foot and ankle, straighten your left leg up to join it. So your left ankle on top of right ankle. And then interlace your fingers, hands behind your head and elbows resting on the floor. We'll do 3 more of these. As we inhale, slowly lower your legs. Really go as slowly as you can here as you're breathing in. Then as you exhale, pull your legs back up to where you started. And then 2 more times. Inhale, slowly lower. Exhale as you lift. And then 1 more, breathing in. And breathing out. All right, uncross the legs, feet come to the floor. Once again, sway the knees side to side. All right, now drop the knees in toward each other with your feet kind of wide apart. Release the hands from behind your head. Take your hands to rest on your belly. Now, the next time that you breathe in to the count of 3. Pause and hold the breath for 3. Exhale for 6. Inhale to 3. Pause and hold for 3. Exhale for 6. Now keep breathing for a few rounds of breath in that way. Again, that's inhaling to 3. Hold for 3. Exhale for 6. Take 1 more round of breath in this way. And now as you release the counting of your breath, just allow the body to come back into a natural, easy pace and volume of breath. No restriction. And just simply notice how the body feels now after this short practice. When you're ready, roll to one side. Press yourself up and into a seat. As we come back into our seat, we'll join our palms in front of the heart. And as we bow to the light within ourselves, we also bow to the light within each other. Thank you again for being present on day 6. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.